Greetings, my fellow earthlings. We all come to the We All People, All About It, Holy Day show. We're going to talk about it a little bit later, but we're all going to talk about we right now. And I want to remind people of the fact that this is the Holy Days, that we, all the people on the planet, need to reunite peacefully and for a positive purpose on this planet Earth. We're here to have a good time, to enjoy life, to make it a beautiful heaven on earth, a paradise. And what we've ended up is fighting over insane concepts, religious fanatics, people blowing other people up, killing other people, killing people in the name of saving babies. It's gotten to a ridiculous point. And what we want to do is we want to urge people to reach the we level. When we start thinking in every human being on this planet is related. And in order to remember this, I want to remind people of this fact. This is going to be the we, this is a W right here, this W, and this is an E. And this is to remind people, in case they don't remember, that we, W, E, are all one. And as a reminder, once we go around weaving the people and reminding them of the fact that we are all related. We're all part of one family. We all came from the same source. And we are one. And once we realize that we are one, this is something that we have to remind people of. It's easy to forget. It's easy to think of us and them. Always someone else, a separation. Maybe it's because of country of origin. Maybe it's because of sex. Maybe it's because of racial background. There's no more races. There's no more countries. There's no more sexual orientation separation, gender separation, male, female. All of us, we're just we. We're women. We have to reach this we level of consciousness. And once we reach this we level, that we're going to have to remind people of this. And remind them that it's all based on reality. It's the we all thing. That's why we're here. We are here. If it wasn't for we wouldn't be here. We love we. We are the people we've been waiting for. We are the ones, if we don't do it, it won't get done. I mean, we're all here to help each other and be friendly and to be lovely and to share and to care and not to compete and to try to take advantage of people or to make a better deal. As some business folks, this country, for example, the United States, it's not a capitalistic venture. We are not a big business. The United States is a country. It's full of loving, caring people. We members that all care for each other. We have to look out for each other, take care of the downtrodden. That's what our purpose is, not to make money and accumulate wealth. I am a very conservative, as far as money goes, we're all here just to have as much as we need, but some people need a heck of a lot more than others, and we don't need those people. They have a sickness, and we don't need to be around them, and we don't need to promote them. Anyhow, getting back to the original concept, I want to talk a little bit about myself. I'm high we. I haven't always been high we. When you see me, next time you see me, just say, "Hi, we, how we doing?" And what you do is you wave the we sign. This is a W, this is an E. And once we remind people of the E and the W and the we go around weaving to people and reminding them of the fact that we all are one family. And once we have this consciousness, we love we. I mean, why not? That's our whole purpose. But anyhow, before I was he, believe it or not, years ago, just to get some credible background here, I used to be a hippie. And believe it or not, I was a hippie, but it was just too much work. I decided to become a hippie quit. Because, for example, when you are a hippie, I mean, how many about you folks out there have been a hippie? It's hard work, man. First of all, you have to hitchhike. And that's really hard on the thumbs. And once you realize, you get windburn and your arm hurts and it's very difficult. It's a difficult situation. But then you also, there's other things that go along with that, standing up for long periods of time. But it's really hard work. You have to hitchhike. That's really hard on a hippie. And then the next one is the drug thing that they talk about. I mean, I have to confess, I tried marijuana once. But luckily, I never exhaled. And the fact is that once you realize that these drugs, they only bring you down instead of up. How high do you want to be? I mean, you have to reach a level, like myself, a highway. I've been in a spiritual consciousness level. It's an awareness level of the we. Because the we level, we'll talk about in a little while, is a very high state of consciousness that it takes a while for people to reach. All right, so after all the drugs, I got rid of that. The free love they talk about. I mean, gosh, seriously, folks, that's really hard on a guy. I mean, that's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of calories, a very difficult situation. So I decided that I'm going to take it easy. I'm going to be a hippie quit. But instead of just sitting around doing nothing, I decided to become a guru. And so what I did was you probably heard about me. I grew my hair and I grew my beard and I became groovy. And once I was groovy, I figured that if I'm groovy, it was a groovy space. I mean, I had a lot of groupies, for example. That was one of the benefits of being a guru. And we used to have group therapy, which I conducted, usually in a big hot tub with the groupies and myself. And during that time, we would play my theme song. And at the time, my theme song, I don't know how many of you remember this, but it was quite a popular song, and it was very popular with me and the groupies. It was called Looking for Fun and Feeling Groovy. But anyhow, moving on, I did feel pretty groovy at the time, but I decided that, that's enough of that. I got serious, and just to prove how important it is to really knuckle down, I did write a book. It took me years to put it together, and I wrote it, and it was called How to Guru Your Own in Your Own Backyard. But there was only one problem with it. It was a great book. I mean, seriously, it had all kinds of good stories and talks and different things. But the big problem is that nobody would read it. But anyhow, I do think it's important that you realize that you, when I say you, we, each and every one of us is a guru. And once we realize that the guru ourselves, the guru within, everybody's groovy. I mean, I wasn't the only groovy person. I'm sure you folks are groovy too. But when we have groovy, we have to think in terms of being our own guru and to guru ourselves. And so in order to do this, I want all of you on the TV who are watching right now, seriously, you need to take your finger and point it at Highway, who used to be groovy. Think of me as groovy at the time. But also think of Highway, pointing at you or the person. Or you can do it, if there's a bunch of you, do it in a group. You can sit around and point at the person across from you in the group. And okay, so just repeat after we. I'm a we member, and remember what we say is important, it's true, and it's all good things. So anyhow, as we point, I'll say G. Everybody say G, all right? You. Everybody say you. Well, not just you. Just the letter U. R. Letter R. Boom. You. G-U-R-U. And you just grew yourself. You don't have to go around following anybody, listening to preachers or anyone separating you from it. Because when we're going to talk about it later on, which I kind of grew into, because what I did was after I became a guru, Unfortunately, for a while, I became a grown-up. And that's something that nobody ever wants to do, is become a grown-up. And that's when you commit adultery. And when you commit adultery, that's when you think you're an adult. And you stop kidding around. You don't act like a kid anymore. You don't have fun. You don't laugh. You don't dance at parties. Or you just sit around and say, oh, I'm too old for all that, you know. And that's kid stuff. But if you're a true guru, or if you become your own self, you realize that you don't want to commit adultery and stop taking life too serious. You want to have fun. You want to enjoy yourself, have a good time. And so, but then I did realize that I did need to share something important with people that I had. I have a message. Every person on this plane, P-L-A-N-E, planet Earth, we're all, home is here on Mother Earth, H-O-M-E, here on Mother Earth. And once we realize that we're here on Mother Earth, and that home is our home, and we're all family, we're all related, then we reach this level of consciousness where we realize that we're me. There's an M, and there's an E. And M, E, me, M-E. Me, Mother Earth, all of us are me, M-E. And once we think of ourselves as me, and the reason you can find out if you're me or not is look at a person next to you, as close as you can get, look into their eyes. And who do you see? You see me. Because each and every one of us is me. We're all me. We're all mass energy. We're all Mother Earth. And once we realize that all the me's that we have, M-E, M-E, is we, W-E, W-E. And once we realize the we concept, that all the me's, whosoever believeth on me, only through me, thou shalt have no other gods before me. We're all Mother Earth, mass energy. All the me's are we. And this is the we level of consciousness. We go from, say, the high we level, which is quite a bit up there. But higher than me, higher than high we is me, which is the me level. Like Jesus and other beings have been at the me level. Like they think of themselves as the whole earth. They realize that they are one with the universe, that we're all family. And whosoever believeth on me shall not perish. Only through me shall they enter the kingdom of heaven. Follow me. But what we really realize, we have this we-all-ization, or we-all-I sensation, because we all I. We all are I. Everyone is I. We all I-zation, or we all I sensation, that we're all one. Then we realize that the me becomes the we. And we have a we-all-ization, a we-are-ness of this oneness. And we need to remind people. A lot of people say, oh, I know we're one. BS. You're not really thinking in terms of one. One is a state of consciousness. When someone dies in China, it's the same as someone dies in San Bernardino. I mean, there's people all over. We need to think in terms of we, not us. Us is, and us always has a them. Those communists, those terrorists, those enemies of the state. It's always us against them. No, it's we. And we are it. And once we think of the we and the it, we, it, the we-it, we all become we-its. And what we-its are people that know that they are it. I mean, how many folks out there know that you're it? I mean, you think maybe Donald Trump is it, or Barack Obama's it, or Justin Bieber's it, or Leonardo who gives a SH it, you know? The fact is that you're it. We're it. I'm pointing at me. I'm pointing at a me right now. And if me is out there, and if me is listening to we, then me's going to wake up and realize that we are one, and that we've been tricked into separation, division, by race, by religion, by country of origin, by sexual preference, by gender. All these separations are keeping we from being one people. We are one. And we don't need to have separate countries. Well, we can have separate states like we do, but we need one world government. One government that we are all we members of. We presented. We have a peaceful evolution. We the people, all the people. We don't want to kill Syrians. We don't want to kill Pakistans or Afghanis or Iraqis. We don't want to kill anybody. We, W-E, well, W-E, we. And once we realize that we are the ones that we've been waiting for, and we are the ones that have to do it, we have this realization that's important, that we need to get together. And what we need is a World We Day. And they have We Day already. But we're going to have a We All Itty Day, Reality Day. Because that's when we realize that we go from the me level to the we level to the it level. And I'm going to talk about it right now, because after I became a guru, we evolved. It's called the weave. I evolved into becoming a prof-it. I was a professor of it. Now you see it, right? I-T, and now you don't. Well, you see we, actually. We are it, the we-its. And the problem is that we who know that we are it, the we-its that we were talking about a minute ago, we know that we're it, but all the we's, all the me's that we are talking to are it. Me, we it, we it, we it, we it. Not me it, but we it. We, everyone is it. Now that's the beauty of it, because we are the wits. We are the ones that we've been waiting for. But the ones that really screw things up are the people that think that they're it and nobody else is it, or only a few of their select group are it. No, if you want to be it, you have to give it to everyone else, because we're all it. And so the half-we-its, those are the people that screw things up, the half-we-its. They're the ones that are greedy and take too much and have more than $1 billion. I mean, let's face it, who needs more than $1 billion? I mean, anybody over $1 billion, I mean, I think that a lot of these wealthy people realize that that's insane. You know, I mean, there's a sickness there for someone to have more than $1 billion, or let's say more than 10 billion. But anyhow, the fact is that once we realize that we're it, and that it is the infinite totality. We all came from it. Everyone's heard of the Big Bang Theory. I'm sure you've heard about it. But the Big Bang Theory, it says that one time, we're all one. We were all one. We were all this microscopic conscious bubble that was ready to burst. And what happened is when we were it, the infinite totality, the infinite, now there's different names for it, you know, or some people call it the Great One, the Source, let the force be with, any of these, you know, God, Allah, Buddha, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. But we just want to call it, the infinite totality. That's where we all came from. We all came from it, the infinite totality. And the thing about it is that we were all at one time, one just big glob of energy. We're all kind of doing it, getting it on. It was fun. I mean, everyone kind of remembers in their back consciousness. Our DNA goes back to when it was formed. This is where the DNA came from. And it was just this one glob of energized essence, infinite totality. And it had everything in it, and it was what it was. It was it. And so what happened is we're getting it on, we're doing it, right? We're doing it. And what happens when you want to do it? You want to go, we have a separation from it. And what happened is the IT and the me formed. And what we have is we have mass energy. Me. Mass energy. ME. Mass and energy. Me. So it and me separated. And then what did we get out of it? What did we create when we got it together? Take your time. 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 Here, maybe. Let's see if I can hold it up. TIME. Time. You got it. TI. There's the T. Well, there's the T. There's the I. There's the M. And there's the E. Time. Time is the distance between it, or it, well, we all came from it, and me, or we. And we separated from it. Okay, so what happens is we separated from it, right? Into our entities. But we want to get it back together. We want to make it happen. We have a plan to do this. It's called the planet Earth. And then we have the unit. That's when we unite. We all become one at one time. And then we have the summit, which is the peak, the highest point. And then we have the exit. We all transcend as pure light energy into the ethos, and that'll be it. It's not a heavy trip. It's based on light energy. It's actually based on real science. Big Al, as I call him, came up with this theory called theory of relativity. And we're all related to it, the infinite totality. We're all relatives. And the theory of relativity is based on the concept of E, total energized essence, not energy. Enlightenment. We have two choices. We can either be delighted, sex, drugs, rock and roll, partying. A lot of people get into that. Or you can become enlightened and have the third eye open and shoot forth beams of light energy into the universe, the we-niverse. But what happens is that once you realize that enlightenment is your purpose, you need to mass together. That's the enlightening process, is by massing of energized essence, like a gathering of the planet, the unit. This is the unit part. We're all uniting at one place, all the people that have reached the me level and then the we level. And that's going to be at high noon, August 19th, 2044. We're all going to do it at the same time, which is transcend, because we're going to plan it, we're planning it, we're going to unit, we're going to summit, which is the peak, because the C squared, that's what I want to bring up next. That's the E equals M, which is the massing, C squared. Now, the easiest way to square the speed of light, a lot of people don't realize this, is by opening up the third eye and reflecting the energy. And it becomes a mirror-like state of reflective energy, and you square the speed of light with your own third eye, which provides a tremendous amount of energy itself. So what happens is as we're doing it, and everyone is massing together at Woodstock, Ontario, which is up in Canada, around this cow called Springbank Snow Countess, and the Great Lakes are all around the area. And so what happens is we're all going to be massing together at one time for one purpose, which is it. And as we're doing this, we're going to be ohming and squaring the speed of light. And at the same time, we're going to create a light energy source that will radiate pure light energy out into the universe and create a beautiful rainbow prism of light throughout creation. And once we realize that this is our eternal purpose, is to reunite the planet, to reunite the whole universe, and realize that we are the center of it, because we're the ones that have to do it. I mean, think about it. Is somebody in that little distant star going to do that, or that person over there? Or how about those little spacemen in their little space suits and stuff? But we all do it at the same time, because what happens is, as we're ohming, we have this pure light energy of light radiation. And it's a beautiful thing. It's I there, is it here. So when I am there, then it is here. And so we're all going to be there. We're all going to become enlightened. And remember, no one becomes enlightened unless they've been delighted. So we want you to go out there and have a good time. You know, I'm not trying to make this a heavy trip. Get all those things. We don't want any whiners and complainers. You know, I didn't have enough sex, or I had a lousy car, or my wife nagged me, or my house wasn't what I wanted. We don't want any of those people. But people that are ready for it, to transcend from this plane, because it's going to be like transcending from this plane into the next dimension. And as we square the speed of light, through a reflective light energy source from the sun down to the Great Lakes and then back up again. And as we're doing this, the energy blows forth as pure light consciousness into this rainbow effect. And we transcend from this plane it, into the next dimension, which is the astral plane. And people have been waiting for the ones that were going to show up, because we all kind of reunite the cosmos, and we are the ones that figured it all out, you know, brighter than the stars or any separate entity. We, the people, and it was a we creation that we came up with, and we are proud to admit that we are the ones that came up with it, the infinite totality. So it's something to look forward to. It's a beautiful experience. It's something that everyone has heard about, but never really wanted to know about it because they weren't sure about it. But we are the ones that are going to do it, and we're all we members. And once you realize this and have this realization, then you're going to reach into a higher state of consciousness. And remember, when you go around, I want you to give the high we to people. And this is where you have the W and the E, but you give them the left hand. And instead of the high five, you give them the high we, and then you rub them. Give them a little rub. That's a hug on the side. You know, don't be afraid to rub somebody's hand. It's a we cognition. It's a relative. We're all related to all our relations. Everyone we see is a distant cousin, aunt, uncle, nephew. We're all related. We're all one family. We are the ones that we've been waiting for, and if we don't do it, it won't get done. And so we are we are the ones. We are the champions. We are the ones we've been waiting for. And we love we. Because there's no more you. We've eliminated you. It's called you-aside. And we'll talk more about you later, but we love we. Until we meet again. Remember, we're all one. And this isn't a we one. It is we one. All right, bye-bye.